Morning, guys. This is Dr. Cam with Ground to Overhead PT coming back to you with your daily body armor. We're going to talk a bit about the Jefferson Curl today. One of my favorite exercises for folks that come in with low back pain, specifically pain when bending over. So this may be affecting folks that are trying to deadlift, trying to squat, or simply just bend over and pick up the groceries around the house, or take bend over and take the trash out, something like that. So, couple reasons I really like this. Fairly low level exercise, right? It's going to position the stress more so on the posterior chain. So what we know when we bend over is that we are putting a little bit more stress on the anterior part of the disc and anterior part of the spinal column, right? Sometimes this can be an area that is a bit sensitized to pain, and again, we don't necessarily want to feed into that so much. This is a great exercise because, again, it places that stress mostly on the posterior chain here. And it also helps to dispel some of that fear that people have after having a bit of this pain when bending over, to getting back to bending over, right? So dispelling some of that fear of flexion, or what we like to call kinesiophobia in certain movements, right? So very easy setup here, guys. We've got a kettlebell. What we're going to do with this, we're going to round the back. So we generally don't say that when we're talking about bending over. We're trying to keep a nice neutral spine, hinging at the hips, right? But with this exercise specifically, I do want us to roll or round the back here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring those shoulders in. We're going to bring our chin to our chest, and we're just going to segmentally roll ourselves into a ball to the bottom, and then essentially unroll ourselves as we're coming back up. Okay, so got a kettlebell here, and I will demonstrate. Okay, if you can tolerate that well, and you've got great range of motion, you're able to get the kettlebell to touch the floor. The next thing I want you to do is add a little bit of distance, right? So let's go through a larger range of motion. So I'm stepping up on a plate here, and I'm just going through the same exercise. Okay, so that's the kettlebell Jefferson curl. Again, love that exercise for folks that come in with back pain when bending over. It's a great kind of starter exercise to start to load that posterior chain and kind of dispel some of that fear of movement into flexion. If you guys have questions about the Jefferson curl, don't hesitate to reach out. Subscribe and like the page, and I'll see you next time for your daily body armor.